Hey, what's up everyone, Bubblekings here, and today we're going to discuss the recent changes announced in the livestream to decks in the next patch. Now, if you missed the livestream, basically what they're doing, they're remaking the deck system once again. And now your deck is going to consist of 10 cards, 5 of which are common cards, which are cards that every character can use in the game, and 5 character specific cards. So the main difference between the common cards and the character specific cards, besides the fact that common cards can be picked by everybody, is the fact that common cards are passive and they can't be upgraded. This means when you go in the game and you level up, you're not going to be able to change these cards. You're not going to be able to upgrade them. However, you're still going to be able to upgrade the character specific cards like you currently do in the game. Another important thing to note is that the 5 character specific cards can be a combination of any type of rarity. However, you can only have 1 legendary card. This means you can pick 4 epic cards and 1 legendary, 2 rares, 2 epic and 1 legendary. As long as you don't have more than 1 legendary, you can have any type of rarity combination. I believe these card changes are a positive for the game, as they're going to allow for a lot more flexibility and diversity in builds. Previously, a lot of strong cards and interesting cards were stuck on the same rarity, and this was really limiting the builds you could do. This combined with the common cards, which practically double the size of the deck, is going to be really interesting to see what people come up with. Now let's look how these cards are actually going to affect the game. So without having information to what the card changes are for the character specific cards and some of the common cards, we really don't know exactly what the builds are going to be, and there's obviously going to be some really strong builds which are going to make characters better than others. However, if we look at the information we have now and some of the common cards, we can see that a lot of the counter cards are now common. So Wrecker, Bulldozer, Causterize, these are all now common, and this means that there's going to be a much higher chance that these cards are going to be in a match. So previously, for example, against heavy shield comps, you might have only seen one person pick up Wrecker, even though it's like the perfect counter to the enemy comp, just because the legendary slot is such a competitive rarity to be in. Now that Wrecker is a common card, even though it's slightly less strong, just because it's a common card and there's 5 common slots, so it only is going to take up 1/5 of the common slots, it's much more likely you're going to see these cards. Now this could lead to a situation where a lot of the champions that have common cards that counter them are going to really drop in the tier list. So if everyone's running Wrecker, if everyone's running Bulldozer, which is going to completely destroy Barak's shield and his turret, Barak could really drop down in the tier list just because there's so many counters that everyone on the team can grab without having much impact on their actual builds. So let's look at some of the characters that could be negatively affected by these common cards. So obviously characters with shield, Fernando, Barak and Ruckus, even though he's losing his ult, he does have the self shield still. Characters with deployable, which are going to be affected by Bulldozer, which is Grok and Barak. And characters with heals that get affected by Causterize, which is Grok and Buck. So the characters we have here could actually drop down the tier list, even though some of them are already like at the bottom, such as Grok. If they don't get cards to supplement the increase in counters, it's really going to affect them in competitive play and even normal play. So from the cards we can see in the commentary so far, this looks like it's going to be a patch that really benefits characters that don't rely on shields or deployables or heals to really play the game. So characters like Cassie or Grover, even though they might have like a heal here and there, it's usually not their main reason they are picked. For example, you pick Buck because he has a lot of regen. He's just going to heal and tank so much damage. Where if you take Causterize, reduce his healing by 50%, he's just going to die once he jumps in because he's going to have no healing, no sustain, and he's not that tanky if he loses his heals. So overall, with these card changes, I think it's going to be really good for the game. It's going to shake up a meta a ton, which is going to be really interesting to see in solo queue and competitive play, just to see what people work out, what they think's the best, what decks are going to pop up. There's so many things that are going to change in this next patch, and it's going to be really interesting. So what do you guys think about it? Do you like the patch? Do you dislike the patch? I think it's a pretty good one overall, as I said. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.